Hello and welcome to the subject of novel. The first topic is meaning of novel. Let's discuss about it. Number 1, the germ seed of the novel writing lies in the art of medieval romance. Look here, the germ. We can call germ, we can call seed, or we can call root. So the germ of the novel writing, or the seed of the novel writing, or origin of the novel writing lies in the art of medieval romance. But what is medieval romance? Go to the next point to know about it. Medieval romance comes from the word medieval, which is related to the Middle Age in Europe, and romance refers to a tale of love and adventure. Look here, medieval romance actually, this is a kind of tale, this is a kind of a story, and that story is about love and adventure that was very popular in the Middle Age in Europe. That is why we call medieval and romance. So the word medieval means it is related to the Middle Age in Europe, and romance, it refers to a tale of love and adventure. Adventure is a situation in which you accept challenges and you move on. You don't withdraw yourself. Go to the next point, number 3. Thus, medieval romance is about the story of love and adventure that was popular during the time of Middle Age. So, meaning of a novel, one group of people, they believe that the germ of the novel, or the seed of the novel, or the origin of the novel goes back to the era of Middle Age in Europe. And during that point of time, there was a trend, there was a way of telling the story that was known as medieval romance. So most people believe that the novel could be traced back to the era of Middle Age in Europe, that is to medieval romance. We move on to the next. In 1350, Boccaccio, a famous Italian writer of his time, wrote a collection of short stories in prose. Now, we have another set of ideas about the origin of novel, about novel from where it has come. So in 1350, there was a writer, a famous Italian writer, and his name is Boccaccio, and he wrote a collection of short stories in prose form. That time there was no novel as such we have today in modern time. Number 5, that was entitled Decameron. Such stories in Italian language are known as novelle or novella. Look here, this person, Boccaccio, is a famous Italian writer, and he wrote a book, and the name of the book is Decameron. It was written in Italian language, and it is a collection of short stories. And that collection of short stories, which is entitled Decameron, is known as, in Italian language, novel. We call it novella. Now, point number 6. The term novel originally means a fresh story which is shorter than a novel. So normally the word novel, Novelle, and with another spelling novella, Novella, basically both are having the same meaning, and it means that a fresh story. Fresh story means a new story. And novella normally is longer than a short story, but shorter than a novel. Point number 7. People widely believe novel or novella is the root source of novel writing. So another set of people, another group of people, they believe that the germ of the novel, the seed of the novel, the origin of the novel could be traced back to the uh, term of novella in Italian language, and from where it has come to English language. In English literature, we known as novel. So this could also be considered as the root source of novel writing. So The word novel comes from Italian word novella. It means a fresh story which is shorter than a novel, and this is considered as the root source of novel writing. Okay, now go to the next definitions of novel. F. Marion Crawford, a popular American novelist, once described the novel as a pocket theater containing as it does all the accessories of drama. Look, it's a very beautiful definition by F. Marion Crawford. And F. Marion Crawford is an American novelist. And according to the writer, novel as a pocket theater. Why pocket theater? Look, the size of a novel is like a book. And that book you can put in the pocket. That is why we call pocket theater. Why we call pocket theater? Because basically novel contains what a drama contains. So that is why it is said that it does all the accessories of drama, containing as it does all the accessories of drama. Means in novel we have actions, we have characters, we have situations, we have plot, so on and so forth. In the same manner in drama, we have all such actions, characters, movement, background, setting, and so on. So what we find in novel is also to be found in drama. Therefore, novel could be considered as a pocket theater according to the definition of this person, F. Marion Crawford. Now we go on to the definition number 2. Novel is formally defined as a long narrative in prose detailing the actions of fictitious people. Fictitious people. Look here. Now, point number 2 is a very good and formally defined. What is novel? It is long. Okay, the quality of novel is that normally it is long, not short. Okay, narrative in prose. It means narrative in prose means narrative means it comes from the word narrate, and narrate means to tell a story. So it is a long story in which we tell a story, and that story we tell in prose form, not in poetry form. So a long narrative in prose detailing the actions of fictitious people, and in that long narrative in prose we talk about the actions of fictitious people in detail. That is why we call detailing the actions, means we write every detail of the actions of the characters in the novel. Of fictitious people means invented people, created characters. What do we do in novel? In novel we think of characters, we create characters, we imagine characters, and when we imagine characters and we talk about them, they become our fictitious characters, fictitious people. That is why we call fictitious people. So this is a very good definition, beautiful definition, a long narrative in prose detailing the actions of fictitious people. Okay, we move on to the next. Meredith called it a summary of actual life. According to this writer, Meredith, what is a novel? A novel is a summary of actual life, a brief account of our real life. So summary means a brief account, actual life means real life. So what do we find in novel? When you read novel, what is a novel? Novel is a mirror of life, a reflection of life. That is why we call it a summary of actual life. It gives a fuller representation of real life and character. And in novel, we observe that a fuller representation, a complete representation, a complete reflection of real life and character is there to see for us. Go to the next. Novel has been criticized as the loosest form of the literary art. So novel has also been criticized as the loosest form of the literary art, not a compact form. It means that in novel you have a lot of freedom. You can do whatever you like. You can talk, you can keep on talking about the characters, situations, actions, and so on and so forth. So because of such reasons, it is considered that novel is the loosest form of the literary art, not very compact form of the literary art. Next, W.H. Hudson remarks, anyone can write a novel who has pens, ink, and paper at command, and a certain amount of leisure and patience. So this is also one of the ways in which novel has been defined by W.H. Hudson. What does it say is that anyone can write a novel if you have pens, if you have ink, you have paper at command, and you have free time and you have patience, you can write a novel. So normally that, what it means is that normally novel is a long story, and we cannot finish writing a novel in one day. So you have to have patience, and you must also have free time, and you must also have ample amount of resources, like here they are talking about pens, ink and paper and so on. But in modern time, no need to talk about pens, ink and paper. You can even write a novel on computer and all that. So this is about definitions of definition of novel. Now we move on to the next. Let's talk about questions. Explain the following terms briefly. Number one, medieval. Two, romance. Three, medieval romance. And fourth, novella. So explain the terms briefly. When I talk about questions, to write briefly, don't write your answer in detail. Okay? Go to the two. Write in detail about the meaning of novel. Write all the points about the meaning of novel. Question number three. Write any one definition of novel you like most. There are a few definitions. You can choose any one of the definitions you like most. Go to the next. True false questions. Novel is not criticized as the lowest form of the literary art. I think it is false. Okay? Novel is the representation of real life and character. It's true. The term novel means an old story. False. Medieval romance refers to the story of love and hate. False. Novel is regarded as a pocket theater. True. Okay? Now go to the next answer for the short questions. Explain the following terms briefly. Medieval. It is related to Middle Age in Europe. Romance. It refers to a tale of love and adventure. Medieval romance. It is about the story of love and adventure that was popular during the time of Middle Age. Novel. It is a fresh story which is shorter than a novel. So we have the answers written in briefly. The same you can write in the exam, no problem. And I think this is the end of our lesson today. Thank you and goodbye.